as we children who were born in the 80s, there were two figures whose faces we never got to see and we were just dying to. Muppet Babies, we had Nanny, who we only saw her legs and those striped socks. And then Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget with his metal type hand, whatever was going on there. Metal, gray tape, I don't really know. It seems like it was metal.
Metal.
But we never got to see the face. We heard the voices, but we didn't see the faces. And we want to know, if we were pressed, someone's got that knife to your throat, whose face do you want to see? Whose face would we rather see, Nanny or Dr. Claw? So I'm going to have 5 minutes queued up on the clock. And Duff, I want you to smack the gong like it owes you money.
Okay, let me grab it here. Okay. All right, here we go. Got it.
And because you did such a fantastic job bringing that
thank
gong,
you.
Mr. Duff,
Thank you.
You get to go first. Whose face do you want to see, Nanny or Claw?
So my answer comes based off of which one do I want to be least disappointed about? And with that reasoning, my choice goes towards the Nanny. Not Fran Drescher, because we all know what she looks like and definitely what she sounds like. But the Nanny is my choice because, again, I mean, yeah, you see her legs, you see the stockings or whatever she has on, whatever you want to call it. But seeing her face won't be as traumatic if it's like nothing what I expected or whatever. I mean, that's not going to bother me as much. Claw, on the other hand, Gadget.
Is that Claw or is that Scales' impression of Gollum?
We'll have to have a whole episode on that. We'll talk about that.
Difference.
We'll get into that one later. Yeah. So with that one, I feel like there is a lot more room for disappointment with Claw. I mean, yes, you just see his metal arm, you see his cat kind of hanging there, you see the back of his chair, but I feel like if I ever saw, and I know you've threatened me a few times, Cass, with showing me the action figure that has, a depiction of what he looks like. Yeah. I have not seen it, don't want to see it, because it's just going to bother me if it's not, what's in my mind. I mean, general ideas, most people, at least in my back of my mind, I'm thinking like Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe, something along those lines, but maybe not to that extent. But if it's something that's not in that realm or something that's not, it's just going to bother me too much. And so that's why I'm going Nanny, Muppet Babies, Claw, keep that still to the imagination.
Right. It's like that never meet your heroes because you'll be disappointed. This isn't
Exactly.
your hero, but it's like something that you've built up in your head and you don't want to see something that looks lame.
Exactly. And that's where my reasoning comes down
from.
from.
The action figure surely is, and you should.
No, I do never want to. No.
Mr. Scales, you could go.
So I couldn't help myself, Duffy, and when Castagna told us that there was a 1992 Tiger Toys action figure of Dr. Claw back in college, I looked and I was disappointed.
It's so bad.
See, this is why.
Yeah, and for that reason, the answer to this question is simple. I've already seen Dr. Claw, so for me, it's Nanny. And Muppet Babies, I've loved that show as a kid. We all did, right? So it's
Mr.
Like
Sheffield.
Oh, God, if it was her face, I don't know what I'd do.
That'd be great.
But, there's the new version of Muppet Babies, which Rosie watched when she was a little younger, and it's the same idea. You only see her long striped socks. You can't see.
Does Fran Drescher do the voice in the new version of Muppet Babies?
No, not yet. That may be a spin-off coming up. Maybe all the nannies get together in a house. It's like a reality show. And then we can only see all their socks.
Like the Real Housewives, it's the real nannies.
Yeah, exactly.
Could we classify Mr. Belvedere in that area too?
Yeah, he can.
Is that a stretch?
Yeah, no, he can get in there. Of course, why not? But yeah, so my pick is the Nanny from Muppet Babies because I've seen Dr. Claw and it is depressing.
It is really bad. Where to go with this one? So Dr. Claw, as we've already said, the action figure face is horrible. It wasn't horrible enough to ruin my mental image of what Dr. Claw is, because when I think of Dr. Claw, I don't think that stupid freaking toy. Anybody other than Duff, go and Google it. It's awful. There's no way that he looks like that. I always, for some reason, pictured Dr. Claw as like a bigger version of his cat. That's always been my mental image, that he's got the metal hand, and I always pictured that his face was like a big metal cat face with whiskers and everything. I don't know why. I've never pictured him as
interesting.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They made
You broke scales.
That's so ridiculous.
A big metal cat.
I just since I was a kid, I just pictured like his cat. Like, no, he's a big metal cat face, like kind of like SWAT cats. If you ever watched that show. Correct me if I'm wrong. They made a Inspector Gadget movie, but was Dr. Claw the villain in that?
I think so. The one with the Matthew
Matthew Broderick, yeah.
So, and I'm assuming they showed Dr. Claw's face in that, so he's been depicted at some point too. Maybe they only showed his arm. I don't know. But Nanny has never been depicted. And now I'm going to break scales again. I, as a kid, was convinced that I saw Nanny's face once, but I dreamed it. But I guess I thought that the dream was real. I had this dream that they panned up from her legs and they showed her face, and she was green. Basically, she was almost like an adult female.
What's wrong with you?
An adult female version of Kermit.
Jesus Christ.
So I've seen both of these characters' faces in my imagination.
She was green.
Who's dropping off their Muppet Babies with a green lady?
If you're dropping off your green child, I like how you say who's dropping off the Muppet Babies with the green ladies. You have Gonzo, who's blue, Animal's pink, Munson's green, Kermit's green, Piggy's a pig, Ozzy and Ralph are both brown.
That's true.
And Nanny's so sweet.
But yet she's green.
Yeah. I think if I were pressed between the two, it's going to be another wash. I'm going to go with Nanny. I want to see what Nanny looks like.
Not green.
Yeah.
Not a frog.
I want to see that. I'm more interested in seeing that sweet mother figure in Muppet Babies than I am the big metal cat with gray tape hand and wrist. I almost said from Home Improvement. From Inspector Gadget. So yeah, my choice is Nanny as well. Any
what's that?
I was trying. I was doing the pet cat.
believe it or not, animal.
A pet cat. It's him.
That's Dr.
It's
Claw.
him in the
Dr.
chair.
Claw's Ager. It's Ager. Yeah.
The chair spins around.
The chair, be
Sugar in water. More.
Any comments about anything that was just said, or any other faces we'd like to see revealed? I'll briefly say that, Duff, you mentioned Cobra Commander, and I was thinking about including him. But they revealed his face before in the movie, and he was snake-like, which I always pictured him to be when I was younger.
Yeah, the way he talks anyway. His name, Cobra, whatever, but...
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's any other... Were there any things that we grew up with where they didn't really show the face?
Wilson from Home Improvement. Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
See, that didn't do it as much for me, because there was always a part of his face. Usually his mouth was kind of covered, but like there was something, you just never saw him in entirety. But like I feel like you could piece it together based on kind of what you saw and like the rest of him that you would see. I don't know. That didn't do it as much for me, but I don't know.
If only we could know what the Repo Man looked like without his Repo Man mask. Just kidding.
I think we do.
Yeah, we do. We've seen him in a few different incarnations. Let me share my screen. I've pulled up the Inspector Gadget movie from 1999, and there is no character.
Don't surprise Duff and make it the action figure.
No. I wouldn't.
No,
do
you
that.
better wait.
No.
What are we showing? What are you showing me here? God. Am I blocking this?
Rupert? No, you don't have to block it. Rupert Everett as a character that's not even called Dr. Claw. Can you see this picture?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how crappy is this? He's called Sanford Skolix. Now, whether that's Dr. Claw's real name in the cartoon or whatever the cartoon's based on, I have no idea, but that sounds pretty crappy. But I'm not going to reveal Dr. Claw's face in the action figure, but this is what the action figure looked like. No, they blocked the face.
They blurred it out.
They blurred it. Oops, sorry. Hang on a second.
I'm nervous.
$75 for that piece of crap. Can we go back? Yeah,
I'm trying to pull it up. I've lost the screen.
We've got some some
Yeah.
dynamite dialogue there at the bottom. You blew me up in my Chevette. I really like that car. Or you crushed my hand, and I really like that hand. So go, get over it.
Oh, I can't. I got my hands up just in case. I'm nervous.
No, it's not showing up. Trust me, Duffy. They put a sticker that Tiger Toys actually put a sticker that says "Reveal the mysterious Dr. Claw." So until you actually open the package, you still couldn't see his face.
Good.
I think if I would have bought that toy as a kid, I would have been like Chris Farley in that SNL sketch where they told me he's drinking decaffeinated coffee. And he just gets up like, why? You son of a bitch. Goes ballistic and starts beating people up. They're breaking plates over his head. That would have been me at 6 or 7 years old seeing Claw's face. Oh boy. Any closing thoughts? Duff, do you Scales, do you want to give us your
No, you broke my brain with both of your dreams and your imagination, so I have nothing else to say.
Oh, well, hopefully I didn't break anybody else's brain out there. That's going to be the conclusion of our show this week. If you like what you saw, like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment. Whose face would you rather see? Would you rather see Nanny? Would you rather see Dr. Claw? Neither. Have you seen the action figure of Dr. Claw? Did it really piss you off? Are you with Duff that you never want to see it because it would ruin all your childhood memories? Let us know. Follow us on social media. We're on TikTok and Instagram at Throwbacks Technodrome Pod. Mr. Scales does a lot of content on there, and he does a fantastic job. Check out our YouTube shorts. We're trying to climb up that subscriber hill a little bit at a time. Do content that's similar, not quite the same to what we do here, a little bit different, but we'll try to get on it. And if you just want to listen to us, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So follow us there, leave us a review, and let us know how we're doing. And then otherwise, until next time, we will see you next week. Have a good one.
Take care, everybody.
Later.
I like a nice warm pink center.